I hope you can hear me. Let's give it a couple of minutes for the rest of them to join us. Um, Let me know which of my classes you belong to. If you're a student of University of Ghana, if you're in my Office Productivity Tools class, welcome. If you belong to Computer Studies from Allied Health, you're also welcome. If you were invited to join this session, I would like to also know where you're coming from, whether you belong to University of Ghana, what program you are studying, which level you belong to. You can actually join the live chat if you subscribe to the channel. And so please, let's use the comment section, the live chat session, and let me get some feedback. Typically, I will have this session on Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It feels kind of weird having no presence here. Nobody here. As you can see, my background is so blank. Yes. Okay. Most of you are my DCIT class. So how does it happen that we have how come we have just about 73 of you here? Okay. Let's give it a few minutes for your colleagues to join us, and then we'll get started. Oh, okay. My DCIT group, you are many. None of you have invited your friends. I see. So, University of Ghana level 100, but not necessarily in computer science department or School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences. Can you confirm if you can hear me just by way of typing into the section? If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or something. That would work fine for me. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, great. I hope the audio is clear. We don't have any challenges, no struggles. Everything is perfect. Okay, that's fine. That's good to know. Some people say this is way better than Teams. Yeah, I couldn't agree any better. You can't get this quality of feed in Teams. In fact, sometimes I need to compromise on some of the things I wish to do. And my main purpose is to make sure you have clarity and quality of work on display for you. Everything is perfect. Interesting. So if I'm able to do it, then you should be able to also do it. You can also do it. A few more minutes. Let's see if we can get most of your colleagues to still join us. We still don't have many of you here yet. Is it recorded? I will do a local recording of this session and have it edited and published later. I could also leave this one online so that you can access it anyways. Russell Kweku, I remember you. Glad to see you there. Sound is crystal clear. Okay, that is fine. We are 91 of you. I want us to cross the 100 mark so that we can hit the ground running. I'm still told I have just about 91 of you watching right now. Just show some kindness to a friend. Share the link to someone whom you think will benefit from this. Level 400 students, level 400 IT students who never had this opportunity to sit in Microsoft Office productivity class. tell you what, this session is important to every one of you. You have just no idea. It's so important to every one of you. I'm not going to show any slides or anything. No, it's just straight to the point. So you just hit the nail on the head, demo everything. If you have any question whatsoever, just let me know and I'll be happy to assist. Okay, so I presume it's just my office productivity tool students who are here, most of you. Is there anyone in the allied health who has joined us? Anybody who has joined us from any other institution apart from University of Ghana? I would like to know. Even if I get to know of one person among such persons, I will be happy about it. Yes, Rahel, I understand. Yes, I think I've heard you loud and clear. You say you can hear me. Great. If you can have your computer right next to you, that would be very helpful. If you are playing this video from your handset and you have your laptop right in front of you, you'll be able to be a part of this. Maybe I should let you see. Oh, there's a dark portion in my room. There's a dark portion that is right over there. Let me see if I can light that place up. Just hang on just a second. Okay, that is much better, I think. That's much better. You want to have a glimpse of my setup? I don't mind. I could show you. If you're interested to know how my setup really looks like. It's not really pretty, but manageable. Do you want to see it? You're not interested to see my setup. Okay, this is just an up close. If you are interested, if I see many of you showing interest, I will gladly go ahead and just give you a quick look around. You want to see it? Sena Kojo? You're interested? Okay. So this camera angle is not really cool, but it's manageable. Let me just pick it and show you. I mean, these are all low cost budget equipment I'm using right now. Just so when we meet in my software engineering class, you don't give me an excuse. Okay. Let's see. So let me switch to that very camera. Where it is? Where is it? Here we go. All right. Okay. So this is my main PC. This is my main PC, an MSI machine here. I call it a mini beast, not a big beast. Okay. This is an external monitor. I'm just connecting it using the USB 2.0 adapter. Can it see it? Is it capturing it? No, it's not. Is it? Okay, there it is. There you go. Right. So this is what is powering this monitor here. This is a normal monitor. You can see right here. Oh, you've seen my what do you call it? Super yogurt. I just consumed that thing. And then this application here we call vMix. I'm running it on this secondary monitor. You can have 60-day free trial. It's an excellent application. I use it for church streaming and other stuff like that. And this is how I'm reaching you right now, as you can see. So this is my other monitor. I had this camera set up. This is just a webcam. I had this set up. Let me show you this one. So this is what is going around. This device here is this camera. Oh no, it's just a common one. In event where you see a shortcut and you wish to let me show you exactly what I pressed, I can just, show you exactly what I do right over here. Yeah, pretty much. Of course, this is the camera. I'm giving you the main feed, my humble Galaxy S10. Nothing expensive. There are 4 generations of phones ahead of this one. So this is what is giving you. Is my main camera, as you can see. So that is it. Right. I think I've given you a tour of how I put all of these things together, how I've been doing it for you over the period. If you are in my class, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have just joined us some way, somehow, from somewhere because someone invited you, welcome once again. How many people do we have here? 89. I still couldn't cross the 100 mark. I guess we'll just have to. Yes, humble Galaxy S10. I mean, there is S20, there's S21, and now there's even S22. I mean, how many generations? It's humble. It's humble. I hope my voice is syncing with my video, my lips and my words. I usually have to put some delay on it so that they will sync together. Nobody has commented on that. Are we on that same page as well? I'll be happy to know. Can you confirm if there's no problem? Okay, thank you very much. This is so weird. I can't believe people have been doing Facebook Live, YouTube Live over and over again. I mean, talking to yourself in an empty space and just reading texts. So, some way, eh? Anyway, you all get used to it. Okay, right. So, excellent. Here we go. So we have actually crossed the 100 mark. You can see it for yourself. 110 of you are watching. Just crossed it briefly. So I guess we are good to go. We don't have much time. I need to finish this. So I'm going to go ahead and then find a way to hide myself in one of my videos, or the background of the thing, so that you can see me. Okay, so my name is Mark Atamensa. I'm the instructor for this course. Oh, please don't deceive yourself. I'm not fresh boy. Not with all of these bushy things in front of me. Okay, so why are we here today? I'm pretty sure you have seen the description of this video. I think I'm going to go straight to the point. Those of you in my current class, you have a semester project you are undertaking. I hope you have put your ideas together. You have organized your thoughts, and some of you have even proceeded to write out exactly what you want to present eventually. The most important thing is how you format your work, the standard that will meet any requirement. And so this lesson is not, fundamentally it's intended to help you complete your report, and most especially, importantly, your thesis, your project work, compiling these things without needing the help of any stationary outlets, not waiting on anybody. As long as you can have access to a computer and Microsoft Office Word, I presume you should be good to go. Yes. So, that's rather unfortunate. Your network is not helping you. I can't help you with that one, right? I think I'm streaming at HD. I think I'm streaming at 3.5 megabits per second. I expect the quality to be crisp and clear enough for you to, be able to catch up on everything. I enabled DVR, so if you miss anything, you can, go back and play back that kind of routine. You are not stuck to whichever way I'm moving, and not that you can't do anything about it. So, great. Let me add this one here. Moment. Oh, geez, it's taking all over. No, it can't take all over like that. I want to create a situation where you get to also, okay. I want to put my, just a moment, I'm going to put my display on the background and then put my video on a small corner of it. I mean, I don't need to show you how I'm doing this very one. We don't have time. So let me just get through this quickly. Let's see. Let me push this one down. Or maybe I can also do a green screen. I don't have time for all of these ones. It's not like it's not possible, but it's a race against time. Let me see. Loud and clear. Okay, good to know. This is going to put pressure on my CPU, but it's worth it. Okay. Don't worry if I don't show you anything about what I'm doing. It will peace out eventually. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let me add this one here. My snap camera, no audio. That is fine. Let me take away my green screen background. Okay, right, this should be fine. It's okay. Let me see if yeah, we should be able to manage this, I guess. Let me see. No, this doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Chroma key filter. Anti-aliasing, high, no, low. Let me pick one of these. Okay. We'll make do with this one. You don't know what I'm talking about, but that is fine. Snap camera. Let me reposition myself in a manner where you can see me some way, somehow. Tiny personality. Oh, guys, I'm happy to say my wife is also watching us right now. I hope you didn't hear that. Okay, here we go. Great. All right, so we are all on the same page. Yes, you can see everything that I do now. Yes, I think I have good news for my Office Productivity 2 student, computer studies students. I extended your deadline. The portal closed at 7 p.m. Just so you know. Okay, so this is Microsoft Word. This is my desktop. Ignore whatever you see, FIFA 2022 and all. I really don't have time to play it, but I have it anyways. I mean, I can't have an MSI and not have a decent game on it, but that's just by the way. Okay, so where do we begin? We'll open Microsoft Word as I have been describing to all of you over these past couple of weeks. Where is it? It has opened. Where is it hiding? Oh, there. It's hiding somewhere over here. It went to my other screen, so don't worry. I've got it right back. Here it is. Yes, great. Right. Now, I have not put in place any measures to allow me to zoom in to where I'll be clicking, etc. You know, those things. So bear with me. If you are watching from your phone, you would have to follow closely. So I'm going to open a blank work, a blank, this is not work, this is a blank document. A blank document. So maybe you've not come across a typical project work before. What we're going to do in this session, we're going to look at how we will create a document that has a front cover. I don't have any hard copy here. It has a front cover. There is acknowledgement page. We have this section we call dedication. Maybe I should have added that to the instructions for those of you doing this semester project. Just beware, I may update that document. But dedication, it was on my mind. I don't know why I didn't include that. Anyway, but acknowledgement is also there if you wish to express some appreciation to someone. Now, these are portions that are not critically part of the document, but it's just the front. You have the front cover followed by this acknowledgement page, and then if you have an abstract, which literally gives you a snapshot of what the entire document entails, then maybe we have table of contents, etc. Please stop talking about FIFA. Don't come for FIFA setup. I paid for it. It's not for free. So if you want it, you should also pay for it. Don't spoil the business. Programming is not an easy task, I can assure you. Yes, it's not an easy task. Okay, so let's get on with it. I will create some demo content. If you have any question at any point in time, please feel free to let me know. Okay, great. So this is a document, only one page, as you can see. There's not much to it. If you're watching this, I presume you have Microsoft Office on your PC. For my students, everyone has a licensed Office 365, except those who are not very active and those who missed out on the completion of the form. But everyone is supposed to have it. Crack version, they've never cracked FIFA since FIFA 19, so I'm sorry. I mean, that is what pushed me to also go and pay for it. So you should go and pay for it. It's actually not too much, just about $19. It's not much. It won't break the bank. Okay, so deadline for the project, May 6th, as you know, the last teaching day of the semester. All right, so watch closely here. Typically, now let me begin with this. Let me begin with this section. There is something about Microsoft Office Word that most of you have not taken notice of, which we call styles. I think we mentioned it briefly. We mentioned it briefly earlier on, I think in one of the sessions. You've not concerned yourself as to what exactly styles really are. Now, styles basically is a feature in Microsoft Office Word that enables you to compile a number of formatting tools together so that you can apply them throughout your document as and when you require. Now, formatting a text or anything on your Microsoft Office Word may require you to perform a number of events. For example, let me demonstrate this quickly. For example, if you want to indicate the heading of your work, maybe chapter 1. Let me make my stuff very big. Now, I've not increased my font size. I'm only using my touchpad. So I'm enlarging it by swiping from the center all the way up to get this kind of experience you see over here. Okay, so this shouldn't be anything you ask me a question about. Okay, so now typically if I want to, the difference between formatting and editing. Editing literally means you are editing you are spell checks, removing one character and replacing it with another, etc. All of these things as editing. But when it comes to formatting, it has to do with the look and feel of your document or an object on your document, or if it is PowerPoint, it applies. If it is Word, Excel, it applies as well. So you select your text or range of text, whatever it is. If you want to format this, probably you want to increase the font size to maybe size 20. You probably want to make it bold. And then you probably want to also, what else would you want to do? You want to probably maybe space it. Let's assume maybe you want to justify or left align it. All of these are options for you. If you have realized I have increased the font size, maybe I want to change the font type as well. The font type, maybe I'll call it Lato Black, which is one of my favorites when it comes to PowerPoint presentations. Okay, so you see the events that we've performed right here. I move on to my next text, and then I want to write some text. Okay, I want to just input some text, but I don't want this text to follow the same formatting. Typically, what you do is just highlight that text, remove the formatting here, maybe stick with Times New Roman, and then reduce the font size to say 12. And then you have a nice looking, beautiful document. But what happens when I have to introduce chapter 2? By default, this text, this information here should stay like this. I mean, chapter 2 should look something like this. I would have to go through the same process as I went through before to get to chapter 1. Select the text, come and choose the font size, come and choose this, come and make it bold, come and left align it. You know, all of these events, you would have to perform them again and again. Your project work could have several chapters, more than say 5 to 6 of them. It could be a report you are compiling, like the semester project you are embarking for me. So how do you find your way around this? Please, how do we change our MS Word to dark mode? Remind me after the lesson. If there is time, I will show you. Okay, so styles help save the day. And I think it's been in existence since Microsoft Office Word, since Microsoft Office Word 2013, I think. Since Microsoft Word 2013. I think so. I think it was there in 2007. No, it was in the 2007 version, some way, somehow. But it's been a tremendous addition they have added. So what do? We need to implement these styles. So this portion, obviously, if you look at this document right here, there's a clear difference between this and this section. You can tell that this section here is more of my document, and then this section here is more of, say, my heading. So there's a clear difference. The heading is describing the content. I mean, it's giving a title to the content that follows. Okay. By default, Microsoft Office Word applies the normal style to every content you find in your document. Anything you start typing to input in there, it is by default using the normal style. The style helps you group a number of formatting tools together. It helps you group a number of formatting tools together so that you can apply it throughout your document as and when you require. So if, for example, you have strict instructions, University of Ghana has some strict instructions for project compilation, report, if it is thesis, if it is dissertation, whatever, you know, there are formats they have provided. And these formats include what your normal font type should look like, the size, etc., etc. So if I have this particular information, what are some of the things I can do? And tell you what, if you do not set up your styles, don't think about table of content, and I'll explain why. Great. So let's undo everything that we literally did. Let me borrow this same format here and then replicate it here. I think I demonstrated this to you in the previous lecture videos as I've sent to you, to all the students in my class. Okay, so when you come to the styles group is located under the home tab on the ribbon. We see it right there. Okay, it's next to the paragraph group. There are a lot of styles groups that are available, and there are more you can create for yourself depending on your work environment. Okay, so be on the lookout for this when you have the opportunity to be in a position to define some of these things. Now, by default, we have the normal style, no spacing style, heading 1 style, the heading 2 style, and so on and so forth. And for this particular demonstration, we may stick with heading 1 and headings 2, okay, and then the normal style. So if I want, so by default, let me just create a new document right now for you to see something. Why are my documents not taking over my screen? Okay, so they were coming, but they were keeping long. Okay, so this is a new document. Let me just, yes, this is a new document you see right here. If I input, okay, so I'm generating some random information. That is why I'm typing this. This is a cheat code equal to rand, open and close brackets, and then you have some text generated for you. Right. Yes, I'm in the server room. Is there a server room? No, I'm in the hardware networking lab. Right. Now, if you look at this text format we have here, the font type is Calibri body. The font size is 11. The content is by default left aligned. By default, okay, this one is justified. I think I altered that one. But most of you may have your document by default left aligned. However, you may have some instruction that states that make your document use Times New Roman, which is quite common today, and then justify the body of your work. When we say justify, let it have straight edges at both margins, and then yeah, maybe that's just all that you are required to do as far as your normal text is concerned. Your normal text is concerned. So let's replicate this kind of instruction here. So I'll begin with the normal group. So all you need to do is go to the styles group, right click on the particular styles of you have interest in, select modify. Okay, even if you don't see me click, I'm mentioning exactly what I'm doing, and then it will show you the modify style dialog box. The modify style dialog box. Don't bother to alter the name of the particular style. Okay, when you create yours, you can put it there. Let's leverage on the default or existing ones. So the formatting, I will go in there and then indicate my font type. In this case, I will use Times New Roman. All the other auxiliary questions, I'll answer them later. Let's focus on the main thing. Okay, so you can see me type Times New Roman here. You can equally click, as most of you would do, and then scroll through to pick what you need. Some of the fonts do not exist on my computer yet, and so if I want to download them, I'll have to click on the buttons next to the download button to get them downloaded onto my PC so I can have access to them in Microsoft Word, but that's not my interest right now. So Times New Roman is what I need for my main body of my work. The font size, I'm going to make it 12 points. Now, one interesting bit of thing I need you to take notice of here is this. Whatever formatting you perform or you tool you enable from this style dialog box, you will get to see a preview of it right down here where the cursor is blinking. I hope you can see that. Okay, so we want to probably double space the work as we mostly do. If you move your cursor there, you get to see double space. There's double space, there's 1.5, and there's a single space. So I'm just using the double space option. Now, how do I know? Because right down here, they have indicated everything that I have said or typed out. So there's Times New Roman here. I've changed the font type to 12 points. Okay, and then line spacing, I have used double spacing, as you can see from there. Is that okay? So before the what you call the spacing before the text is 1.5 points, but that's not my interest right now. So basically, this is what I've done, and then I think yeah, these are the settings I've put in here. I will stick with the Latin option that is left here. If you want to change the color of your text, you are free to do so. I'll leave mine at automatic here. Now, if you want this formatting for all normal text to apply to any new document you open, then you would want to choose this option here, new document based on this template. But if it is for just this specific document you are working on, then you select the only in this document. I hope this is clear. Okay, if you have any particular interest in terms of any other formatting you wish to do, you can click on the drop down button here under the format to add all of those features to it. I hope this is clear. I hope it is clear. You can select the paragraph and define how you want things to appear. I'm saying the alignment should be justified. I've set all of these things right already. Okay. All right. So once we are done here, I can select OK, and that ends it. Now, by the time I finish but before I finished the formatting settings, it had already applied to the document, and it was straightforward. No two ways about it. Okay, right. So you take notice of that as well. Then heading 1. So let's go to heading 1. Of course, we want chapter 1 to be main heading. So we'll go to main heading. We'll modify it. By default, it is colored blue. We are not interested in that. We'll send it to automatic black. We'll also make that one Times New Roman. We may want it to have a bigger font size than the previous one, like than the body of the document. So we'll make that bold, and we'll probably, maybe you want to center it, and then of course double space as well. I think we are good to go. There's not much you may want to do, or maybe you want to even underline it. That is also another option. Then now one other button you see here, let me just talk about it right now and move on. Automatically update. So if you have if you have selected a number of texts within your document, before you come and you have applied the heading 1 star, for example, and you come to alter these settings, you would want to select automatically update, so that it will go through the document and then update all the formatting for that document. So you literally have to just do what you need to do, but this is just one of them, so I'll just go ahead and leave it like that. So when I select this text and I choose heading 1, bam, I didn't have to now go and click bold. I didn't now have to come here and type Times New Roman. I didn't have to come here and now come and type the font size, etc. No, I spared myself all of that processes. So if I come to chapter 2, for example, and I want it to look like chapter 1, I don't need to worry myself to go through the hassle of coming to Times New Roman, font points, bolding, etc., etc. No, I just select the text and then hit the style, and it applies. I hope this is clear enough. In an event where you have a subheading, so for example, I have heading 2. Let me just call it heading 2. I think maybe you had the 1.1. Let me call it this way, heading 1.1. And then the content is maybe introduction. You know, when you have something like this. Now you want there to be a clear distinction between chapter 1 and then this particular heading. Fine. We can go to heading 2 and format that as well. Okay. So of course we'll make that one also 12 points. I mean, we'll make it automatic so that it stays black. Times New Roman here as well. Unless otherwise stated or defined for you by an instructor, like I've given you your semester project, you can do anything of your own. But if you have specified this, you probably want to do the right thing. So you indicate maybe the font size. The first one, the bigger one, was 16. So let me put this one at 14. Okay. And then I'll make sure this one is left aligned. Not necessarily, maybe underlined as well. Left aligned and then underlined. You get to see a demo of what you are seeing. You are trying to put together here. So I will make this one 1.5 spacing, and then that will be fine. I will leave it there like that. So I can select this text, come to the styles group, and apply heading 2. I think I should make it bold as well. Let me enable the bold so that it affects it. So if I, for example, have another session here, maybe executive summary 2.1, maybe heading 2.1, executive summary. Okay, I just select the text and apply heading 2 to it. Voila, and it happens. I hope this, if this process is clear enough, give me a high five in the chat section so that we move on from here. If it has gotten down well with you, just give me a high five in the chat section, and then we'll continue from here. I hope this is clear enough. We are almost done like that. You have just no idea. I hope you are following. Is it clear so far? Can I get some feedback, please? Okay, so you can always go back to this video, play back, and then do these things. Go and perform some magic, you know, for your folks to see that you are really learning. Let your roommates realize they are learning something. That is actually what we want you to be able to do. Okay, so we'll go on and then add the rest of the content as I intend for you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the feedback. Okay, all right. So let's continue. Let's continue. Please, we can't play before Monday. I have plans with my wife. Okay, so let's continue. What was I saying? Let's generate a number of content, shall we? So there is something that you have been doing. We'll sort out all the things that we want to cover. So we have chapter 1, chapter 2. Let me put some content here, which will follow normal text. Okay, so let me just put some content right here so that I have plenty information. Let me duplicate this information we have here and then put it here, and then I'll call it maybe chapter 3. I hope what I'm doing here doesn't confuse anybody. So you cut and you paste, I just cut and paste accordingly. Right. Now, let's create for ourselves a cover page for this document, shall we? Now, you don't want, let me talk about this first before I go to the cover page. One of the benefits of creating some of these headings, in fact, setting up your styles for your report, one of the benefits is that in an event where you are still working within a document 50 page or more, when you come to your view tab, okay, go to your view tab, and then under the show group on the ribbon, you select navigation pane. You will see how beautifully your document has been organized on the left pane of your work. It looks so nice and beautiful. I'm sure you can see that. Okay, so you can use that button to go through your document at will, at your own pace, and see whatever may be happening. So that is one good thing. Right, so let's get our cover page, shall we? Now, I don't want a situation whereby if my cover page is not even filled up, chapter 1 still sits on cover page. Let me explain. Let's assume I move on to the next line from here. Okay, and I need to put in there, maybe I'll center it, University of Ghana. What is my department? Department, maybe School of Physical Mathematical Sciences, School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences. Yes, School of Mathematical Sciences, and then of course Department of Computer Science. Now, if some of your senior colleagues will be truthful to themselves, or if you are level 400 or 300, you are watching me right now, instances like this, when your chapter 1 has to get to the subsequent pages, most of you have been hitting the enter button like that, but then it goes down there. Yes, if you have been doing that, if you know that's how people have been doing it, show me your 2 fingers like that. Let me see whether I have believers here, those who do that, those who have been doing it. Yeah. All right, so that was the wrong approach. Let's change the narrative, shall we? So it's not done. Maybe it's front cover, so I can do anything that I want to it. Maybe I need to make it bigger and bolder, University of Ghana. So maybe I'll choose a bigger font, say font 30. Let me use 30, for example. That would look bigger and fine. I'll make it bolder. School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, I'll let it sit down there nicely. Anyway, if you don't want the spacing of this text here to affect what is here, and another way to get it done is to just hold your shift key, and then press enter, and then it didn't remove it, so I can just remove the spacing below, in between, as simple as that. But that is too close, so let me just increase it. All of this I know you already know. Under the paragraph group, you can access line and paragraph spacing, etc., etc. Okay. Oh, Department of Computer Science, how can I forget? Great. Anyway, I'm here, by the way, so that's what's important. I just wanted to write the school first. Okay, so here we go. All of this are centered. I ensure they were like that. Yes. Then maybe in the middle, I'll put in there compilation of my report. Now note that none of these, everything that falls under the normal style will not show in your pane, in your navigation pane. And anything that will not show in your navigation pane clearly will also not show in your table of content. But we are going to get that very soon. So compilation of my report. Now, if you observe, I still have chapter 1 on my page. This is what most of you have been doing. Right, so let me continue. Compiled by, I'm just doing something demo in real time. Then I'll put my name there, Mark Atamensa, as you can see from here. And then maybe the last item I'll put there maybe date. The date for the compilation. Today's date is what? I'll center it 28/04/2022. This is what is happening. So by default, this is how things are looking like. Now, if I show you the full page, you notice that University of Ghana, blah, 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 the cover page is there. But my chapter 1 is also here. Now, what most of you do is that you hit the enter key until the chapter 1 falls onto the next one. That is very wrong. In fact, there are repercussions for using this particular approach. So what is the best way to do it? You want a situation whereby even if the cover page or a preceding page exceeds its, if it exceeds its normal level, if it extends into the next page, but a chapter definitely has to commence on a brand new page, then you use the page break feature. You enforce page break on the section that must always begin on a fresh page. How do we do this? Select, for example, chapter 1, as you can see from here. Watch closely. And then from your insert tab, select page break from the pages group. And then it will move you to chapter 1. Now watch something closely. Let's assume I input some text all the way on the cover page beyond its limits. The moment the content on the cover page enters the second page, chapter 1, it doesn't matter even if the content fills just one line. Chapter 1 will automatically move to a fresh blank page. So watch this. So I'm putting some text up here. Let me go back up there. My hands is moving faster than I want to do some things. Okay. So this is where I hit the page break. Watch the margins. I have a lot of content. I have this whole space here. If I input anything below this section, it will keep going, it will keep going, and it will keep going. But chapter 1 will not sit there and wait for me. Are you following? Chapter 1 will not sit there and wait for me. This content here is exceeding its boundaries. It has entered all the way into this page. So let me just even move all the way up and clear this one. The moment I move one step beyond the previous page, okay, forgive my settings. The moment once I move back upwards, watch something closely. Let me just make it such that you see exactly what happens here. Okay, all right, now you can see it. Now watch what happens. Watch where this chapter 1 will fall. Let me just color it so that you can see what will happen to it. Watch closely as I delete some content from the cover page. The moment I remove them, typically you probably would expect it to start from down bottom here and come all the way up. But watch what will happen. I just deleted a row of text from this section. The moment the limit of this format ended, this page will hit another new page. I hope this makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so we'll repeat this same process for chapter 2. Let me enable the navigation pane to make life easier. So chapter 2 will also be on a a page break. It will move because there is no page yet. It's just on the blank page. So anytime this event happens to it, it will make sure it starts on the blank page. It's as simple as that. Right. So now that we have a cover page for our work, all we needed was to get a date also. Yes, and then literally we are done with this section. Let me remove this one so that they look closer to each other. Move the spacing beyond the compile. Okay. Now, what else would we want before this? Maybe table of contents. Let me just do two more pages, for example. Let me just insert some page breaks here. Put some content here. I'll call this one maybe acknowledgement. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Okay, so let me put a page break on this one. And then keep my acknowledgement here without any sweat. So, acknowledgement. I'll capture this acknowledgement under heading 1. Note that your formatting doesn't affect your text. So, if my text is lower cases, it does not mean that because I formatted an uppercase text is going to change this one by default because I've selected a style. No. So if I want this one to also be uppercase, I have to go to the font group and use the change case option to get this done, and it is there. Acknowledgement, maybe I'll put some information right in there as well, equal to, let me remove this highlighter. Yeah, so let me generate some content. Yes, so I'm grateful to my mother to have supported me in this project, blah blah blah. Nice one, great. Let's move on to the next page. Yes, that option is also there. We'll get to that. Let's go through the hard way, because your thesis format, your report format, you cannot borrow the cover page from Microsoft Word. The university has some standards and requirements you have to follow. I hope this is clear. That's why we are going this way. We'll look at those options briefly. They won't keep long. We are just setting the foundations. Don't forget the first stage. Make sure you set up all your styles for your normal document, for your heading 1s, and for your headings 2. It's very, very important. So let me break this page once more, and then maybe put here my table of content, shall we? So no, don't follow me. Don't follow me. This thing follows me everywhere. Let me just get rid of this thing from here. Break it and then come back up here. So I'm just using the page break. Table of content, I will center it. Yes, we'll do all of that. We'll do a table of content, list of tables, list of figures, list of objects. In fact, you can have list of anything, list of equations, etc. We'll see how many of them we'll be able to touch on. Okay, so let's go to table of content. I may have to remove this highlighting from all my work. I'm not sure I like it. All right, so table of content. Table of content. I won't give you a template. I need you to do it the hard way. Table of content. Right. So this is where our table of content was set, and then we'll move on to chapter 1. Interestingly, so what do we do? How do we insert table of content? I'll go to that quickly, and then we'll do the page numbers, and we are gradually bringing this session to an end. Okay. Right. So what do we do? To insert table of content, if you have, let me even change this text here. Let me call this one, say, subdomain. Domain for my chapter 3. You can have several chapters. Okay. My table of content must appear on my my major list. So let me assign that also heading 1. Anything that I'll assign heading 1 will become a major heading under the left pane, as you can see, the navigation pane of the work. Great. Now let's insert table of content. Where do we go to insert this? You go to your your references tab. I have a lot of plugins tied to my work, so sometimes some of these things delay, but not a big deal. So you go to the references tab, as you notice from here. On the ribbon, the first group is called table of contents. All you need to do is select your table of contents and then choose the formatting that will suit your work. If you can look at this place closely, you can see heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 as an option for a template. We have the same thing repeating here, except that the top here, the heading is called content. The heading here is called table of content. This is called table of content, but this is a manual table. But if you need Microsoft Office to generate table of content for you automatically, all you need to do is select. After having set up all your styles and having applied it to every relevant portion of your work, all you need to do is select any of your choice. And guess what? It presents beautifully your table of content for you without any hassle. Without any hassle. You can do away with this content, which I most often remove because I don't have need for it. I need this table of content to appear as well in my work, so I don't like the option that they provide for me. Is this okay so far? If you should play back this video, will you be able to do this? Can you confirm this so that we move on from here to our page numbers? Is this okay for you? Are we making progress? Are we on course? Are we on course? Yeah, maybe if I can get a high five or something, I know, or just maybe like 2, whatever you do, I don't know. Yes, great. No, please. Okay, so Kwame Jesse, if you have any particular problem that does not require me to repeat the process, specifically, you may want to type it in the chat section and I'll see how best I can address that. But if it's something you need to play back and catch up on what I've done, it's very simple. You can just use the scroll button and move back on the timeline and then play back. So what some people have been doing over the years is that they write maybe let me left align this one. They will write maybe let me see, why is this thing still standing here? I want it to be left aligned. Go back. Oh no. Yes. So they want maybe chapter 1. They will write chapter 1 like this, and then they will press the dot symbol on their keyboard, the dot key, dot 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 dot. Then when they are approaching the end, once it gets the next line, they will just push it back and then maybe type maybe chapter 8. This is what people have been doing. Yes, but that's the wrong approach. You will never get this organized, straight-edged page numbers for your work if you go in that particular direction. So don't do that. It's not important. Yes, dot 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 dot. Okay, great. Now, you might have noticed that we didn't put any numbers on our pages. However, we have page numbers appearing here. I'm sure you have observed that. Yes. I mean, that is quite strange enough. But of course, you've done page numbers. We're going to see what we can do about this. Right. Now, I mean, it's quite simple. All you need to do is go to insert. I've told you anything you wish to insert in your document, just go to the document window and then make it happen. So under the header and footer group, under the header and footer group, you will see a button or a tool also named page number. You select the page number. I mean, we are working on this together. I am not having any reference notes. This is just me coming to you direct with my experience and how I get these things done. Okay, so if you find any alternative online, some way, somehow, be my guest. Okay, I'll be happy if you can share that link and then we can add on to our knowledge. All right, we'll get to the table of figures. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you behind. We don't have figures yet. We don't have tables yet, but we'll definitely do it. So let's deal with the essentials. We are just nearing an end, trust me. Right, so we go to the page numbers group. Sorry, we go to the header and footer group on the, after engaging the insert tab, right on the ribbon, look out for the header and footer group. Go to the page number and then the bottom of the page. And I have this instruction specifically for you in the semester project. So those of you in my class, my students, you know about this. And so you need to learn how to apply this. You literally have to use any of the options you see over there. I think I asked you to center it. If I didn't, you can choose any option for yourself. But I know I asked you to create page numbers. So you create a plain, we have plain numbers, plain number 1, plain number 2. You see a sample of it, you know, at the bottom of the page. Okay, I think I was specific with that. If I wasn't, I'll go and edit the text. So we have bottom on the left, bottom centered, bottom on the right, several others. In fact, if you are connected to a very good internet, you could get some options as well for you. For yourself, there are tons of them available for you to choose from. All the various colors, coding. I mean, I'm trying to keep it simple, in my opinion. Just try and stay simple. So we'll center it. And watch closely what happens here. Now, by default, this our cover page has number 1. Our acknowledgement has number 2. And when we get to the last page, it has number 6. Is that okay? Right. So this is by default what happens. And here is the case. The instruction is that make sure your cover page is in the same document. Make sure your table of content is in the same document. There's no page number on your cover page. Make sure there is also specific numbering on table of content and some portion of your work, and then another set of numbering in another portion of your work on the same work in that document. So when you are submitting the work, it's just one file. This is exactly what we are trying to do here. Great. So how do we go about this? Ignore my notifications and pop-ups behind my view. Okay, so how do we go about this? Now, by default, when you set the page numbers like I just did, Microsoft Word assumes that you want to just number your pages. So it just does that for all of that for you. Roman numerals is different from the 1, 2, 3s we have been seeing. We call it Arabic numerals. Arabic numerals. Most of the numbers we are using, everything has been borrowed from the Arabic, whatever name they call them. So we call it number 1, number 2, number 3. It's actually an Arabic symbol. Right. So that's why I was specific. So first and foremost, let's sort out the separation of the numbers on the same document. Let's have 2 types of numbers in the same document, and then see how it reflects on the table of contents, and then we'll clear the numbers on the cover page. Right. Now, when we inserted the page numbers, it affected the whole document because that is by default what it will do. But if you are required to specifically put your page numbers, number a selected number of pages with a particular type of page numbering, then you are restricted to use a particular approach. You will need to alter the default setting of the range of the document that the default numbering should apply, so that you can customize it as best as you want. And this is where you would really want to pay very careful attention. How conversant you may be with using your mouse, your keyboard, or your touchpad, whichever is convenient for you, will come in really, really handy. So please pay attention to this. Aside from cover page, we want numbers to start from acknowledgement all the way to chapter 1 is the main body, so we can't alter that. We want from that page to this page to be Roman numerals, and then we want from chapter 1, which is page 4, to start at number 1 up to the very end. So we enable the insertion beam, the I beam, from the first character of the page from which we want the page numbers to be Roman numerals, and then select all the way to the last character, and I'm choosing my words carefully, the last text or character on the last page. So you hold your shift key, you indicate your I beam. Sorry, I was not even showing you the screen. Forgive me. So you select the beginning portion. So I want this page, acknowledgement, up to table of content to have Roman numerals and not 1, 2, 3. So I select from the first character, in this case A. So you see the I-beam is blinking right there. It's blinking right there. Now, when I scroll all the way down to the table of content page, I hold my shift key. Don't forget, I hold my shift key, and then I will select the last character of text. Now watch this. I'm still holding the shift key. My selection has gone beyond number 6. My selection has gone beyond number 6 and it has gone a step down. So I need to still hold the shift key and then go back with my selection. I hope that is very clear. Alternatively, I can indicate the I-beam right from here, and then holding the shift key, scroll up to the portion of my text range where I want the page numbers to be Roman numerals. Where's my table of contents? Hey, everything vanished too. Okay, my machine is playing tricks on me right now. I've loaded it right now. So you change your camera? No, I have not changed my camera. So here we go. Let me get to the table of content page. Okay, now I'm seeing it. All right, so I select all the way from the table of content just to the last character. In this case, this section, the same thing. It is much more easier when you just click that portion and then come all the way to the last character and then select that bit as well. Of course, I can just undo this section and then come back here, acknowledgement, and then select up to the last 6 I see over here. Now, once this is selected, right, you go to the layout tab. So far, we've visited the home tab, we visited the insert tabs. You can't see the screen. You should see the screen. Okay, right. So you go to the layout tab, and then under the page setup group, select the contextual tool tab. Okay, this one extends for you to see more features or tools that have been boxed into this section of the ribbon, page setup. So you click on that button, and then you see the page setup dialog box. Page setup dialog box. Now, by default, every formatting, no, let me not call it formatting, any kind of alteration you want to make on your document, by default applies to the whole document. And this is the reason why you had page numbers from cover page, even when you intended it to be cover page, appearing, a number appearing on that cover page all through to the last page. This is because the settings are such that everything applies to the whole document. This is the reason. So for that selected range of text, we apply to only selected text. We change from the whole document and then choose selected text from the drop down here. You may want to set this as a default. You may want to leave it because maybe you'll be working on different buried documents. Maybe you don't use your computer alone and you take several courses and you may be compiling several different reports. So you apply to selected text. So I've not applied it yet. I'm only restricting the effects of some of these add-ons to a selected text. Then I'll select OK. The fact that I've selected OK doesn't mean anything changes. The page 3 is there, and then the page 2 is also there. But I don't disable my selection. So I'm just only scrolling through my document. I have not clicked outside it to deselect. Else I'll have to select that range of text again. That's why I said this portion, you have to listen carefully and apply. Then you go back to your insert tab. Under your header and footer group, you see the page number once more. This time, you format your page numbers, and the effect will apply to only the selected range of text. So I'll format my page numbers. Then I will go ahead and then choose my type of font number. In this case, it is Roman numerals. So it is I select that from this section. Then I will tell it to start numbering at I. I don't want it to start numbering the acknowledgement as page 2. No, I want it to start numbering it as I. So I select start at I. It will start at I because I chose the number format to be I, and so on and so forth. Then you click OK. Now let's see whether what we have done has really done the trick. Acknowledgement. This is the page. What is the page number there? I. Good news. What is the page number here? I. Hooray. But what is the page number on chapter 1? It's number 4 and number 5. Okay, we have achieved something. At least we have 2 types of page numbers within one document. If you have observed, Roman numerals and then Arabic numbers all in one document. Maybe you thought that wasn't possible. That is possible now. If you want me to play back this process, you can do that from the video. I don't even know why United fans are too excited. They are going to lose again, and they are still there doing their things. They should stop that. It's not going to change for them. Okay, so oh, they are Chelsea fans. Don't mind them. They'll be there. Right. So we will apply the same rule to chapter 1, and then so that chapter 1 will start at page number 1, Arabic numbers 1, up to the very end of the document. So my selection has already begun. I've already clicked. I've already indicated the I beam right here is blinking against chapter 1, and then I'll go all the way to the last page, and then select up to device. No, I'll select up to the full stop. Now watch carefully. If you allow this selection to extend beyond the full stop, you are selecting an area. But if you use the arrow key and select up to the full stop, make sure you select up to the last character, then your effect will affect up to selected text. Okay, so this is what I will do. And I'll go again to the layout and go to the page setup dialog box, and then I enforce selected text. Whatever I'm going to do should affect the selected text. Make sure that is there. Then I select OK. Then I go to the insert tab again, and this time I format page numbers. I want to maintain the 1, 2, 3, but I will start at 1, and I'll select OK. Now let's see whether what we have done has really worked. So this page is the table of content. It ended on II. This is chapter 1. It's starting on page number 1, and it is ending on page number 3. Now, once we are done like this, it's quite interesting. Our table of content is still showing 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. But acknowledgement is I. Table of content is II. Don't worry about this. Select the table. You see update table button right at the top edge of the table. Alternatively, you can also go to the references tab, and then you can update table from the table of contents section. Usually I like coming right here, click on it. Of course, all the clicks are left click, you know. You can update page numbers only or update the entire table. In my case, I only have numbers to update. I've not added any new text, so I'll just update page numbers only, and let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we have acknowledgement appearing as I. We have the table of content II, but from chapter 1 to chapter 3 is Arabic numbers 1, 2, 3. Achievement is conquered. But our cover page is still having page number 1. We don't want that. You can't print it like this. This is not right. So what do we do? Now, double click is under the header and footer. That is where we created the page numbers. You double click the section. You double click the section. Now, if you don't want page numbers to appear on your cover page, under the options group, now watch this. Before I double clicked at the footer, I had only tabs up to Acrobat. But the moment I click on number 1, I mean the footer of the page, the cover page, I get another tab indicating header and footer, and all the tools here applies to header and footers. Now, under the options group, we have different first page, different odd and even pages, show document text. Our interest here is the first page is different from the rest, so don't put anything there. So I go ahead and then select different first page, and then the page number vanishes from the cover page. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We have no page number on our cover page. We have Roman number 1, I on the second page, acknowledgement. We have I on table of contents, and then we have Arabic number 1 up to the end in the second content. Great. So yeah, this is the whole process. I think I have a few more things to do. I'll do them quickly. Let's assume you have a table in your work, which is also a possibility. Let me generate some table right here under this section. Let's begin with a table, and then we'll add figures to it. We'll do that quickly, and then we'll end the session. I hope you're learning something. How many chapters can we have for our project work outline? Somebody has not read my instructions carefully. I said no less than 20 pages, or I think 20 or something pages. Yeah, so take your time. That's why I gave it to you 2 weeks ago, and you are submitting it next week. So that would have been 3 weeks for you. All right, so let's insert a table. Let's draw any table. You can bring a table from Excel. You can bring a table. Maybe I'll do a recording on much more of the integrations and share them with you if I make the time. So let's just insert a table of some few columns. Tests. In an event where you have a table in your work, how do you label it? How do you use Microsoft Office to get this thing done? You have options. So you can select the table. As you can see, just select the table, right? And then select the table. Selecting the table means, I said 20 pages, not 2 pages. So select the table. I didn't highlight the whole table like this. No, I clicked on the square button right at the top left corner over there. So select the table like that, and then go once again to the references. Now we came to table of contents when we're creating the table of contents. This time we are going to the captions. The captions. So we insert a caption, and the caption is table. Microsoft Word is smart enough to detect that it's a table that has been selected. So you can put the title of your table in there somehow. This is a demo table. Okay. And then you determine whether the label should come above the table or below the table. All the options are on you. You can perform a lot of other customizations to your text as and when you want. And then you select OK. Now the label is table because it has detected the table. If it was an image or a figure, we have an equation, we have a figure, and we can even create one of our own. So for now, let's deal with the table, and then we'll select OK. So the information I put together has referenced itself here. If in the in the text I'm trying to refer to this table, I will just determine where the reference has to be. Come to under the same captions group, go to cross reference, and then select the table option here. It will detect all the tables that I have. It will list them. So I select the kind of table I'm interested in. If I want only the label and the number, I select it from this option and I insert it and I close it. So this table here, as we see here, having appeared here, is a reference of this table. And anywhere in the document, when I click on it, it will take me straight to where the label is. Right. Now, if I have to add an object, for example, maybe some picture, let me just go to insert and then put there some online pictures. I hope it will load pretty fast. Let me pick an apple and then just pick this one right here. It will download the picture and place it inside for me. All right, so we have an apple on our hands. We have an apple on our hands. Let me minimize it as best as I possibly can. That's how it looks nice. Great. Right. Now, if I need to label this one as well, I have to select it, the object, come to references once again, and then insert a caption. It is giving it to me as a table. It's not a table, so I will have to go there and then change the label and choose a figure. Okay, and describe it as, say, an apple. It should fall below the text, and then you select OK, and then an apple sits here. I have labeled the object. As simple as that. Where I need to reference it, I go into the text, go under the cross-reference caption. This time I go and pick figure, and I'll tell them to only insert only the label and the number, and it will insert that for me. Anytime I need to reference it, all I need to do is hold the control key and click on it, and it will take me to the item. This is also possible. Now, when you are done with something like this and you want to create a list of tables, it's actually quite straightforward. It's quite straightforward. So let me just enable the certain, what do you call it? Oh, geez. Let me just go forward in what I just did. Let me try and insert my list of figures somewhere here. Insert a page break, and then let me come back up here. Right. So if I want to insert the list of tables, I go to the references once again. Insert table of figures. That's the button you select, the tool you select, tables of figures dialog. Once you select it, you have options. Either you go for your tables. In this case, I have one table. They will give you an option on how they will look like. If you want to use lines, fine. If you want to use dashes, all of these options are available to you. If you want to modify the look and feel of it, you can also go ahead and then use this option to change the text, etc., etc. But I'll maintain everything as they are, and then select OK. And then we have table 1, this dot, 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 up to the end. I can do the same for the figures, the picture. So I go to the same place. This time I make sure I select the figure and then determine where I want it to appear. Of course, the I-beam has to be blinking there because that's where what you insert will go. I click OK, and then Apple also comes. So I should have put the heading like I did for the table of content there before I introduce these particular labels. Great. Right. I know towards this late end, I have hastened through the process. However, I think I have covered as much as I originally intended to for this particular session. If I have any questions, if you have any questions for me in the next minute or two, we will wrap this thing up at the top of the hour. If you like this approach, why don't you give me some thumbs up? Huh? Isn't chapter 1 supposed to move to a new page by virtue of the page? Yes, it's supposed to. At this point, I'm not focusing on that. I'm not focusing on that. So if the tool is in your hands, you determine what happens. So if this situation happens to you, and this has to go to the next page, just come to the next section and then insert a page break and leave them behind. It's actually as simple as that. Okay, just hit it and then leave the rest behind, and everything should be fine. I hope that I need you to control the tool that you use. It is yours. That's why I say usually I don't expect people to ask questions in a class like this. Maybe you want me to repeat a step or some process. This tool was put together by Microsoft. I don't think I've even exhausted its features. Maybe I will leave you to figure out how to even do references and all with this one, because time will not permit me to add that to this particular lesson. It was not originally planned to be part anyways. But I think I have brought you far enough to be able to complete my tasks for me if you are in my class. And I hope you have enjoyed yourself and learned something new if someone invited you to be a part of this session but not part of this class necessarily. You determine what falls on a new page. So if I have given you any specific instruction in my assignment, you follow through that and give that to me. All I am doing right now is to equip you with the ways and means you can manipulate the Microsoft Office environment, particularly the Word, to compile your report in a way, a manner that will be pleasing to your lecturers and you as well, so that you can complete your work in the most easier manner. Okay, so that is just it. I hope we are good to go, and we can call it a night. Yes, it's been a pleasure having you at the other end. Don't worry, you will definitely receive information on how you submit your reports. You know, I will definitely do that for you. I will never set myself up for a competition. Please, those of you asking about FIFA, it's been ages. Please, my skills are all down. I used to be a keyboard player. I still use it, but I realize times have changed. I've lost all my tricks. I don't have time to go back to them anyway, so I'll play it myself until I have conquered their AI. If you don't have access to Office 365, you know how to reach me. Shoot me an email. If I'm my student, identify yourself and we'll work this out. But the semester is almost over. We have just one more week to go. Nevertheless, you just reach out and let's see what I can do for you. Let me know if you think this approach is good. I know I'm going to meet some of you definitely next semester in software engineering class. I hope it will be fun. I don't think anybody has anything more to say. It's exactly 7:00 p.m. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being at the other end. And I must admit, it feels so weird talking to the camera. And gosh, it's my first live video. It's different when you are chatting in Zoom and having an audience. But I guess, the dark mode for Word. I mean, this is quite straightforward. Some people are so interested. Let me just show you quickly and take my hands off this. Just right click on anywhere on your tab. Okay, right click will not solve your problem. Just right click on anywhere on the ribbon, please. On the ribbon. So just customize. You can customize the ribbon to show you Word options dialog box. It's not there are several approaches of triggering this dialog box. You can use this option. Go to your general, I think. Yes, general from the options here. And then, yes, you see the Office theme over here. Dark gray, black, white, use system setting, colorful, whatever you want. And you can enable never change the document page color, etc., etc. You can choose any of them. I'm using the dark gray. Once you select the theme, it will apply. So if I come here and choose white and I select OK, my thing is looking all white. Ouch. That's hurting the eye. So I just go back and then sit with my dark gray. And then we are good to go. Yes, your assignment will require of you to bring some things from Word into Excel, from Excel into Word. Your tables will have to be generated in Excel. You send me that Excel to, you create your charts in Excel, send these charts probably into your PowerPoint. Yes, so please copy and paste with links, and I'll look out for all of that. I may send you a couple more videos to walk you through in some of these integrations and probably how to create a video from your presentation in PowerPoint without any sophisticated gadgets. Where necessary, you can do that. I'm sorry I can't make any more further deadline extensions. Teaching officially ends on 6th May in University of Ghana, and I am going to make sure I don't go beyond my teaching period. Yes. Great, guys. Thank you very much for your attention. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Of course, best wishes to the best team to win tonight. I really don't think Man United will win, but what can we do? It's not like I'm a Chelsea fan either, but that's my opinion. Thanks again for being out there to be part of this session. Have a great day, and bye-bye.